can't remember exactly when it started, but I know the forest is now following me. At first, I thought I was hallucinating. It was early morning after an exhausting night shift at the gas station. As I walked home, I noticed something that didn't make sense. On the main street, where there are usually just buildings, there was now a dark, dense forest. The trees were tall, their twisted branches whispering ancient secrets. I stood there, frozen, trying to make sense of it. I blinked, and the forest was gone. I couldn't sleep that night. Fatigue mixed with fear. The next day, on the local news, several neighbors claimed to have seen the same thing in different parts of the city. The police called it an elaborate prank, but I knew it wasn't just an illusion. The next encounter was worse. Raoul and I were coming back from a party, half drunk and laughing about silly things. As we turned the corner, the forest was there again, darker than before. We exchanged glances, fear cutting through the alcohol-induced haze. Raoul pulled out his phone to record it, but the screen stayed black. He tried to call his brother, but the line was dead. The air became cold and damp, and a smell of rotting earth surrounded us. I moved closer to one of the trees and noticed something strange on the bark. It seemed to move, like something was trapped under the wood surface. Suddenly, Raoul grabbed his neck, swearing that someone had scratched him. I looked at his skin and saw 4 red marks, as if claws had grazed him. Days later, the disappearances began. Anna, the baker's daughter, never made it home. Then Matteo, a factory worker, vanished on his way to work. Stories circulated in the neighborhood. All of the missing had been seen near the forest's appearances. I became obsessed. I spent hours on forums, trying to find anything similar. One night, I came across a story from 1954 about a forest that appeared out of nowhere in a small town. People disappeared, and those who returned spoke of roots that held them down and whispered promises of eternal pain. Eventually, the forest vanished, leaving behind a barren wasteland and a heavy silence. One evening, the forest appeared in the main square. People gathered around, taking photos and murmuring conspiracy theories. Then, a blood-curdling scream rang out. A young man stumbled out of the forest, his eyes glazed over, his clothes blood-stained. He collapsed, trembling, and could only say, "The trees, they're hungry. They take what they want." That night, while reviewing the photos I managed to take, my phone flickered, and I received a message from an unknown number. Don't look at it directly. It feeds on your attention. The forest kept appearing, and each time it seemed bigger, with roots stretching out like veins beneath the city's ground. One night, I saw it from my window. The trees were closer, as if inching towards me. I grabbed my flashlight and went out, determined to confront whatever was happening. As I shone the light on the trunks, I saw the impossible. The faces of the missing people were fused into the bark, their eyes tracking my movements, their cracked lips seeming to murmur my name. Now I understand why the forest changes location. It seeks new victims. 2 nights ago, it appeared on the street behind mine. Yesterday, right outside my house. And today, I feel the roots writhing under the floor. I can't leave. It's here. The air grows thick, and in the silence, I can hear the forest whisper, "Come, you're next."